I never knew what a family was supposed to act like. My parents were alcoholics and my mother was very abusive. My oldest brother ran away at 15 and joined the Air Force, and the other three of us left the day after we were 17 and joined the Navy. It was easier to go to war than it was to stay at home with my mother and father.
Families are important. I mean, it's the basic block of your society. You have to have a good family structure. And for kids that don't have that coming in, this is their family.
We were separated from the get-go. Like when we got taken away, it was only me, our brother Ricky, Mona, and Angel. We were all placed in a group home. And Georgie had to go somewhere else because the group home that we were at, they weren't able to house 3-year-olds.
We were in Boysville twice, and both times our mother put us in there, bless her heart, to try and give us a better way to go. Boysville was the beginning of what a family was. People think it's a home for bad boys. It wasn't. It was a home for good boys in a bad situation.
Being a girl at Boysville, I think for me it was kind of a sisterhood. We had such a great camaraderie with each other.
The house parents at Boysville, they were amazing. They became that mom figure. They became that father figure.
It's phenomenal what house parents provide. You know, it's not, like you said, a blood relative family, but it feels like that. You develop bonds with people and you create relationships with people over time, and they're your family. I remember Craig, it was a difficult phone call with my dad. And I had a conversation with Craig out on the steps by the garage, and I remember telling him, you know, I wish I had a dad like you. He was a good man.
To me, it was heaven. We got clean clothes, we got food, we got to do a lot of things. And we were always around people who cared about us. Boysville was definitely instrumental in changing my life from bad to moving me in a direction to honesty, ethics, the beginning of learning how to love and to care about people.
When I first got there, that's where I saw my little brother, and of course, I greeted him with a big, huge hug and met some of the other kids there too, and it just felt real good being around people that were just like me, who went through the same system. We had some donors come and donate a few bikes, and I just fell in love with it. Riding, it helps me to just free my mind because I'm pushing. I'm not thinking about like the hard times.
Anything I needed, books, paper, pens, a backpack, Boysville provided all of that to me. You know, Boysville took care of all the college application fees, and you know, they said I could go wherever I wanted to go. I've worked in human resources for over 10 years now, and I was very lucky to be able to graduate with that degree and get a job right in it. Ron and I were both at Judson, and it wasn't until I arrived here and he said, hey, oh my gosh, she's here at Boysville. So apparently he had a crush on me since 10th grade. I've been married for going on 14 years in September. Looking back, I don't think that I'd be in my life as it is right now if it wasn't for Boysville, to be honest with you.
I started writing this book about my life, coming from a dysfunctional family, fighting a war, working my way through college, being the senior vice president of a Fortune 500 company. All those things, there's knowledge and I think a little bit of wisdom that I can pass on.
That circle of support still stuck with me even after I left Boysville. They were still there for me. I would go to them, ask them questions, and they would give me answers. I graduated June 6, 2012, and it was a huge success because my mom did not graduate, my dad did not graduate. Just knowing that I broke that cycle really felt good to me because I knew that I had a future ahead of me.
So if we could concentrate on taking care of our children and raising them properly, we'd solve a lot of our problems. But until we get there, homes like Boysville are going to take up the slack.
You know, I hope anyone out there who has an opportunity to give to Boysville does make that decision, because there are a lot of kids here that need that support.
It's important for people to support Boysville because these guys are really making a huge impact on the kids' lives. And these kids come in at a young age, and the staff around at Boysville, they really show that love for the kids. And they show them what it feels like to have a parent and to have those father and mother figures. So just knowing that they are there for these kids just shows that these kids are going to actually have a really good future.